friends. It is so good to see you again. It's Sammy back with another episode of the Daily Dash. That's right. It's everything you need to know from around the world and in my life, straight from my car dashboard to yours. Today is Tuesday, January 28th, 2020. Still not much makeup on, but I'm smiling today for a special reason. I'll tell you why in just a second. But first, let me tell you what you need to know so you're in the know around the water cooler and in Carline today. Now, all 9 of the victims from the helicopter crash have been identified. The LA Lakers and Clippers are actually postponing their game tonight. And, there was some drama on The Bachelor last night surrounding country star Chase Rice. If you care to watch it, you can find out. It's also National Lego Day. It's also National Daisy Day. There's one other one that I thought was interesting. It's funny how some days of the week are like nothing, and then on other days, there's all sorts of things. We should start a national day. What national day should we start? I'm going to think about that. Okay, if you missed any of that, you can find it below. Of course, you can find me at the Sammy Cone on Twitter and Instagram, sammycone.com, or on YouTube. You can also head over to the Sammy Cone Show at all those places as well. But today, I want to do something really special. You know, on Tuesdays, I love to bring you new releases, music, movies, books. Today is no different. Dun, dun, dun. I am so proud to present the latest children's book from Matthew Paul Turner called When God Made the World, written by Matthew Paul Turner, illustrated by Jillian Gamble. I mean, wasn't it nice of them to coordinate with my show's colors? Right? Okay. So I want to read a few of my favorite passages from this for you. But I just want to tell you, this is, Matthew, forgive me, I believe his 4th children's book. And this is, I don't know, he just has such a way with words. But more than that, it is such a lyrical way of not only revisiting that classic story that so many of us grew up with in Genesis 2, but what Matthew does so well is paints this picture of the world that is more accurate than many of us see it. And what he and his wife, Jessica, Jessica Nicole Turner from the Mom Creative, both friends of mine here in Nashville. I'm so thankful to know them. But they really have taken on this commitment to bring more inclusivity and diversity to our children's books. We're just not doing a very good job. And so what they do is not only an incredible work of literature, but Matthew and Jillian here, just the pictures, I'm looking at it. I'm looking for something special to show you. When I opened this page, I was just blown away. And I know it's going to be backwards. Sorry, I'm trying to see what I'm showing you here. Look at the colors, first of all. I don't think I've ever seen a children's book with a child with vitiligo in it. And then even just the orangutan. Yeah. I mean, and it just, every page, can you get it? Yes, I know it's hard to do here, but every page is almost more beautiful than the next. These bright, bold colors. So if you would allow me to just read a few passages, and if there's something you have a question about, I'm happy to answer it. But the meter is just so pretty. So let me start with the beginning, and I'm going to give you just a few passages. In the very beginning, before anything was, before God started doing what it is God does, when all that existed was wide open space, God imagined a universe and began to create. God hung trillions of lights, stars big and stars bright. God turned the dark sky into a glorious sight. God put planets in places with moons in some cases and galaxies that reached the outermost spaces. Okay. So you can see how it follows the story, okay, the creation story. And again, this is a smart children's book. I dare say this is for kids of all ages, including some of us that are older than kids anymore. But it's like I said, the rhythm and the meter is so pretty, and yet he mixes it up in every page. Our planet, God made a blue and green sphere and designed it to orbit the sun once a year. God made daytime and nighttime, climates and seasons, and all kinds of weather that varies by region. God made continents and oceans, islands and seas, a north and south pole that God put in deep freeze. Okay. So let's skip ahead a little bit. I told you, I just love this page so much. Okay. God made flowering plants and plants that enchant. While most you can touch, God made some that you can't. Roses, be warned, are prickly with thorns, and there's African melon God covered in horns. And poison ivy's backlash, giving you a rash. Wherever it touches, you'll itch and you'll scratch. But don't let that stop you. Run barefoot through grass. Pick a flower or two, or a bouquet perhaps. Find a tree you can climb, or with a seat and some twine, build your very own swing or a backyard zip line. Okay, so look at just even the implication that there's a place at the table for everyone. Do you see even the little girl in the wheelchair? So I'm embarrassed to say, when I think of inclusivity, I think of different colors skin, different nationalities, but different types of abilities as well. It's remarkable what they've been able to create. Okay, let me go to the end because I love this part. Look at, again, the colors. And God made people like you and me, people with souls, people with stories, a global family tree. God made us all flesh and bone, covered in skin, and made all our bodies to have hearts beating within. God gave us bellies and legs, fingers and toes, and fashioned our faces with eyes, mouth, and a nose. God made our bodies uniquely equipped for walking and talking, to eat and to skip. God wired our brains to feel love and feel pain, to process and learn, to read and retain. But despite all we share, we're also unique. God made us all human with just a few tweaks. Oh, there's one other page I really wanted to... Oh, I love this part. God made some people shy and some people loud, and some who thrive in the midst of a crowd. Some make music and some like math, and some are prone to blaze their own path. But always remember, because this much is true, God had a purpose for making you, you. I'm going to cry. So again, this is longer than my normal daily dash, but I just had to share some of these beautiful, okay, last page. This is it, I promise. And just like a star might showcase God's light, or a waterfall give us a sign of God's might, the same could be said of me and of you. How we live, how we love tells God's story too. Because when God made the world and the world started spinning, the story God wrote was just a beginning. Sorry. I just think, I can't help but think of the precious lives that were just lost, and Kobe and his daughter. And so I just know we have so many precious angels above. But just this reminder, when things are hard, that there is a God that loves us and created us, and we are in his hands and we are held by him, even in the darkest times that seem so desperate. There's truth. And so I just love this story. I think times like these can be so hard for kids to understand. And so just to remind them that there is a God that loves us and that holds us and created us each unique, and we all have a purpose and we all have a story. So thank you, Matthew, for writing this. This is available today wherever books are sold. I'm going to put affiliate links below to where you can find it on Amazon and Target and Barnes and Noble. Last time I checked, it was like number 16 or 17 of all books on Amazon, not children's books, all books. So it's available today. Get it while you can. It means so much to an author for you to buy their book. And so, I can't say enough good things. I just want to pray about diversity. I just pray that you would take today to pray for someone that might be different than you, or better yet, get to know someone that's a little different than you. And it all starts with love and a prayer, I think. Okay, friends, thank you for joining me today. I pray you have a great day wherever you are. Make sure you make it great, and do not wait to tell someone you love how you feel about them. Go get this book. Bye, friends.